Hello, Ben.
Hello.
Hello. He's a bit creepy looking through that little gap in the thing, isn't he?
He is a bit. Is he a Nazi?
Oh, how did you know?
I know.
Find.
I thought much.
We need to find welding equipment. That's a lot of TVs, isn't it?
Hmm.
Right, find welding equipment. It could be anywhere. It's not here.
That's a bugger, isn't it?
Yeah. Could it be in here? Oops.
Where'd you last leave it? Ah,
Pontos. I don't know. I don't think I ever had any welding equipment.
is it in the fridge?
Don't know what we're doing with that.
Yeah, trying to
Lifting
work
weights.
out.
I hope
They're
they're
not
heavy
gonna.
because
That's not gonna do much.
not for a massive physique. I've lost sound again. It's so infuriating.
I know it's gonna be the recurring theme of this playthrough, isn't it?
I don't understand why it's suddenly because it was all right for a while and then it stopped. Right?
Mm.
Bloody,
Yeah.
bloody thing. I think it's because I'm streaming it.
Well, while you're getting frustrated, would you like a topic?
Yeah, go on.
Uh,
Have you
right.
have you got a topic?
Yes, this is a funny story I heard.
Oh, hang on.
What?
It's him and his wife.
Oh, we saved him.
They were thanking us. Isn't that nice of him?
Yeah.
Very nice of him. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. Funny story I heard. This Chinese student, right? He was 27 years old, and he went up Mount Fuji, and he got lost,
Okay.
and they had to rescue him.
Okay.
Of course, he only bloody left his phone up there, so he went back to look for it, got lost again.
Idiot.
They had to rescue him again.
What an absolute idiot. Funny though. In the
Yeah.
hangar.
And he's tinkering with them helicopters.
Someone's in the hangar.
What's the most embarrassing situation you've ever found yourself in?
Um, okay, so probably, probably, um, it's done it again. It's done it again. Probably the time um, oh, it's the connection. The connection's the issue because it's loose.
Yeah.
I only knocked it and it was loose. Probably the time that I was sort of in the middle of doing stuff with someone, um, and two people walked in because they have no fucking manners.
Mm.
And it is a bone of contention to this day that they did that because my son has enough manners to knock on the door. Back then,
Mm.
he did, and this was a few years
Mm.
ago. So there's no real fucking excuse for it.
Mm.
And it's less embarrassing for me than it is for them, really. For
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the most embarrassing situation I've ever been in? I once got locked out of a hotel room without wearing any shoes. I had to very sheepishly walk down to my classmates and ask for the key.
mm,
It was just autopilot. I left a room not wearing shoes because you don't wear shoes
well,
when you
no,
leave a room in your house.
no, not always.
I only realised after the door shut.
sorry, pal. I mean to, be
Well, that's unfortunate.
I need to get through that door.
Please. What I think about, I'd rather not think about.
Is that
That bad, huh?
the old witch lady from Pirates of the Caribbean?
But your mind will
Well,
play
it's a band for one.
How come it has not?
Oh,
It has begun already and I just don't know it.
World changer. No matter who you are, what you're made of.
True that.
Ride the whirlwind. Make it through to the other side.
And kill all the Nazis?
And kill all the Nazis.
I will drink with you in celebration when near that time comes.
You're armed.
He's a good old lad, isn't he?
Yeah.
Seems it at least. Right. So now we're through here. Oh my god, I wonder if it's through here. Maybe. Oh, what? Well, we've got a time delay, but I can make that work. I can work with it.
Yeah. Would you like another topic?
Well, I mean, we could do a topic on my list if you wanted.
Yeah, go on.
We could, if you were so inclined, recap on our predictions from last week.
Go on then, I've completely forgotten.
Oh, in that case, I won 4-0. No, so we obviously, for anyone who is coming back, A, why, B, thank you, and C, we make predictions of things that we think are going to happen over the course of the next week, and then when they don't happen, jobs are good.
Yeah.
Is the sound gone again? It fucking has. God damn it.
That guy has minimised their application. Sit tight. Oh, there he is.
So annoying. I cannot overstate how annoyed I am by this. Anyway, yeah, so we make our predictions. And last week you predicted that there'd be a Bond film announcement.
Yeah?
Was there a Bond film announcement?
No.
No, I don't remember there being one, so I assumed there wasn't. You predicted
There are
that...
rumours, but there's always rumours.
Yeah, rumours don't count for nothing. Oh, shit.
No.
You predicted that Manchester United would lose a football match.
Did they?
They did not.
Fuck. Did they win one?
We'll get to
Or
mine.
did they draw?
We'll get to mine.
Shit.
So, yes, after that you predicted that there'd be an exciting space announcement. Do you recall there being an exciting space announcement?
Let me frantically Google it. Not that I recall, but, you know, space is pretty big and we're always up in its business.
I don't recall there being an exciting space announcement, and I look out for that sort of thing, because I quite like space.
Okay, well, I'm inclined to agree with you.
There's someone talking nearby, but I don't know where they are, because I can't hear it. I need to fix it again. It really pisses me off.
Yeah.
I think it might be because of the stream quality, for you, for your benefit. I think if you couldn't see it, it might not happen. So how much do you want to be able to see it? Serious question.
Yeah?
How much do you want to be able to see it?
I'd like to.
Okay. Let's see if I can do
But
something.
would I like to see it more than you'd like to hear it?
Well, that is the question, isn't it? Let me see if I can do something about the quality of it. Stream quality, if I can lower it a bit. Whether that'll make something. So you don't even notice the difference there. And I can hear it at least, so let's see what happens. Anyway, so yeah, exciting space announcement, blah blah blah. You mentioned that there'd be the death of a celebrity, and this would be someone with a news alert.
Yeah.
Sort of person that some people would know from the name was, I believe, your criteria, but we reduced it to news alert because it makes more sense for, you know. Was there any?
No.
There were.
Was there?
Yes. Virginia Guthrie died. There was a news alert for that.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh bless her. That was horrible.
Yep. And also a bloke who was in.
It's actually pronounced Virginia Giuffre, I think.
I believe it's Guthrie, but.
Is it? Okay.
No, I said I believe. I don't say no.
Well, you might be. Yeah.
Oh, I remember this bit. Do you remember those bits on the floor? Do you remember what they look like?
Is that the thing that spins and you fall in it and crushes you?
No. Back when we first did the very first video of this, we were trapped in a room where the door was closed. Walls were closing in on us.
Yeah.
And these things were in the floor. With a great big bastard in one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. From my memory, we have a great big bastard in one of them, if not more than one of them. And do you know what weapons we've
Alright.
got?
A knife. You've got to be pretty clever and drop those things on it.
I think they've got weapons in them. Okay, so anyway, Virginia, and then
Yeah.
you also had about there being a natural disaster with 100 or more casualties, and I don't actually recall there being a natural disaster this week.
Well, I saw a few, but it was not mercifully not to that scale.
Which is good. That's what we want, really.
Yeah.
So, yay. So you got 1 out of 5.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
Oh, the game crashed. Big uh-oh. Doesn't get more uh-oh than that. That's fine. So you got 1 out of 5. While it's loading, I predicted that the US would back out of Ukraine talks. On the contrary,
Yeah.
since there have been some positive progress. I've predicted
They
that
backed
Manchester
in.
United would win a football match. And they didn't, they drew.
Yeah.
So I don't get that.
That's the funniest possible result.
It really is, isn't it? I predicted that Reform would kick one of their candidates from the party. As far as I'm aware,
Yeah.
that hasn't happened. I predicted that one of the papal candidates would rule himself out.
Oh.
I didn't
Wow.
hear that.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sort of. But I don't think. Well.
I feel like we could.
If I
I
recall-
want you to tell this story, and then we'll decide if between. the
Okay.
two.
So, as I recall, there was a cardinal who announced he was stepping out of consideration the role of pope because he'd been implicated in some sort of financial dodginess.
Oh,
But he had letters from the pope which told him to do so.
well, I mean, he didn't have to announce that those letters existed, did he?
Okay, hang on.
I feel like it's reasonable for us to include that as a point for me personally.
Oh, shit. Hang on. I might be wrong.
You're allowed to be wrong. Let's see what happens. Then. Oh shit!
Huh.
Shit, there's 2. I knew there'd be more than one.
Apparently, an African cardinal might be ruled out because he doesn't know how old he is.
How can he not know how old he is?
I don't know.
Is he older than Sin?
Okay. Okay. Cardinal convicted of embezzlement won't participate in conclave. Okay. Having at heart the good of the church, I have decided to obey, as I always have, the will of Pope Francis and to not enter the conclave.
Okay.
Okay. Pope allowed him to keep his ecclesiastical title and his Vatican apartment, but stripped him of what the Vatican said at the time were the rights associated with the cardinalate,
Okay.
leaving ambiguity over whether he could join the conclave.
I think personally that should count in my favour.
Yeah, I'm inclined to give you that one, to be fair.
Okay.
Bugger.
Well, I mean that changes things completely, because I had that as a nothing for me so far, but you've your honesty, which I would appreciate here, has changed the situation. So thank you greatly for that.
That's all right. I know
and
you
then
did.
finally, the last one of mine, my celebrity death option that I went with, the extra bit, was that it would be someone who had taken part in Doctor Who at some point.
Okay.
Were there any?
Well, let's have a look.
I can save you some time. No, but Doctor Who did come up in the Wikipedia page for one of these people. Specifically, I can't remember what his name was. Oh god.
I've stumbled upon something quite interesting.
What's that?
Okay, so this is a Doctor Who kill count
Okay.
page.
Someone's lost their wedding ring, by the way. That we're having to look for.
Oh no.
We don't have to find it, I suppose, but it would be nice of us to.
If we're going to steal a monster, I need set.
Jesus.
Don't be touching my baby.
Fucking hell.
Permission now, soldier man. You just stick to them guns.
Chief, why don't you step up and join the fight?
What fight?
Oh my god.
You took your orders from the man.
This is quite the rabbit hole I've stumbled down.
Go on with it, because is it relevant to any of these predictions that we had?
No, we can circle back to it.
Okay, in that case, it is 1-1. Because I think is it Philip Lowry died,
Yes, he did. He was in Corrie.
and he had the role. He had the record for being the longest running between appearances as a character, I believe,
Yeah,
until it was
I
beaten
think. Well, yeah.
in that Doctor Who episode that you caught the end of when Jodie regenerated.
Yes, Ian Chesterton appeared.
Yes, and that's why that Doctor Who came up in his Wikipedia page. So, because of your honesty, it's 1-1.
Well, there you go. I'm happy
So,
with that. I know you do the same.
I absolutely will, and I did, in fact, didn't I? When something came up,
You did.
I gave you the win after the fact when it became apparent that we'd missed something. So, anyway, yes.
So,
Doctor Who kill count.
yeah.
I don't know why I skipped it.
So from what I can see, the first chunk is broken down per Doctor how many people died during their run, either seen or implied or whatever.
Okay.
Who do you want to? I mean, do you want to guess who has the most, or should I just go through them?
I'm going to has the very strong guess that Jodie's got the most.
No,
Okay.
she's 13, right? Or 14? 13.
Yeah, she's 13, and the reason I'm saying her is because for a very large portion of
I don't know
her
where they're
run,
getting these numbers from.
a lot of people died during her run because the fucking universe got basically blown up.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily trust the numbers if they're not counting that as more than however many thousand.
Okay, they put it as 21,6,275,335.
I don't necessarily trust that number.
Whereas the 11th Doctor has a number so big I can't even pronounce it.
Well, he did go a bit crazy for a while.
And the 8th Doctor has 41.
41 kills.
Well, 41 people died during the episode of the film. Right. Let me come to the interesting thing. Character stuff. The Doctor is number 1.
For most kills.
Yes.
Understandable.
With... is that Trillion?
There's an episode, I think it's right after Heaven Sent, where they're talking about how many... It's the mortality index or something is being discussed. And his the amount of people that he's killed gets brought up, and the list just keeps going on and on and on and on. And he's like, look at the Doctor under in this mortality index. And I'm like, yes, everyone's got an entry, and he said no, under cause of death. And it scares everyone else off that's there, because they're like, oh shit, he's killed all these people. Yeah, we ain't nothing compared to these people. And it's just
I'm going to give you the top 10 because you're not likely to guess it, because there's some obscure ones I haven't heard of.
Is the Absorbaloff on there?
No.
Go on then.
Well, it's not in top 10. Okay, number 10, Max Capricorn, specifically from Donna's world. That's the world in which his plan was successful.
Yeah.
7
Turn
million.
left.
Yeah, 7,200,000. General Tanis.
I recognise the name.
Never heard of him. 9,019,000. Very specific numbers. Matron Cophelia. That's Miss Foster, the adipose lady. Again, from Donna's world. 60 million.
Oh wow, that's quite a lot.
Number 7, some chap called the Captain.
Yep.
Sitting rather comfortably at 1 billion. Queen Zhangxia. 1,000,000,001. Just topped him.
Oh wow. She probably killed
Number
the same people and him.
I would not be surprised. Actually, I'm going to look that up. Lockwood / operative 8954B.
God, we're fucking again.
Are we?
With you,
We're fucking her.
like this.
Hmm.
Always.
On top of a table.
William, believe it,
I think we've got our buttocks out.
but not today.
I bet we aren't using a condom, aren't we? Anyway, carry
Probably
on.
not. Yes, Lockwood Operative 8954B, 1,023,000,000.
Mhm.
Director Eric Stahlman. This is from Inferno, which is a parallel universe classic. 3,700,437,039. Now we're getting into the known characters. Number 3, the Master / Missy, 6,066,450,354. Sutek the Destroyer,
Ah, yeah.
8,192,898.
Not many, really.
8,192,000,000. What?
There's not that many, all things considered.
Yeah, 898,804. And the Doctor, 1,020,000,000,000 something over
Whee!
there. God, there's some historical figures in here. Donna Noble has killed 20,000 people.
Okay.
Ian, from the original Companion series,
Yep.
killed 2002.
How many
Which
did
is
Adric
three
kill?
more. 3 more than Captain Jack. Let's have a look.
I feel like Adric probably
Adric
killed
killed
quite a lot of
15.
dinosaurs.
Probably they're not. They don't count. They're not people.
I was a kid. The red tide was rising.
River Song killed 4,000.
Is that it? Wow.
Well,
Like my skin.
4,113.
Still,
Harriet Jones, 255.
are they all cigarettes?
Yeah. The Midnight Entity killed 40.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like that's, again, should be more.
Liz, one of the companions, original companions, 39. Not original, but you know.
How am I meant to get through here?
Yeah, Harriet Jones killed more people than Dalek Khan. Davros is on here at 22, which is interesting.
22 kills.
Yes, apparently Davros killed as many people as Sarah Jane Smith.
Covered in leeches.
Wow. I would have thought Davos would have killed more, but I suppose he probably had minions do his dirty work most of the time.
Filthy leeches.
Well, yes.
Whee! I'm in a little submarine. Who needs a U-boat when you got this? Who needs a U-boat when I got a
Mickey
me-boat?
Mickey killed 9.
Oh, hang on. Oh, okay, never mind. How many for Mickey, sorry?
9.
How many for Ricky?
I don't know whether he's on here. Let's have a look.
He's got to be on there.
He ain't.
I'm disappointed. Under the water. So, I just want to say, this has definitely been a more successful recording point in terms
Yeah.
of the sound for my end.
Yeah.
I suppose it doesn't make much difference for you if you're reading, does it?
No, sorry.
Where did I get
Oh,
this
you're
from?
right, by the way.
What?
Queen Xanxia and the Captain are connected.
Are they?
Swam in your water.
Yeah.
What are the fucking chances of that?
What's this?
What's their connection? Do we know? Are they fucking?
She was the Queen of Zanuck. She was practically frozen at extreme age in time dams so she could achieve her long sought out goal of immortality and watched over by the Captain.
Okay.
He was a space pirate.
Well, all the best pirates are space pirates, aren't they?
And yes, she did kill him.
Oh my god. I'm so good at guessing these things. Don't know which way I'm meant to go. I always get lost in these tunnels. I think I didn't need to be in them. I don't bloody know. At some point we come across a train tunnel, and that's where it gets really tricky for me.
Mm.
Yeah, that's where I struggle the most.
The deep basin was used to regulate overflow. You will have to find a way to reach the platform on the other side.
Oh, I think there's Nazis now. Jesus Christ, woman. You there?
Yeah.
It's rabbit hole again.
Huh?
Stuck in a rabbit hole again.
No. I was just reading Doctor Who Wiki.
Nerd.
Sorry. This reminds me of a bit from Half-Life 2.
This.
Yeah.
Which Half-Life 2? For proper Half-Life 2 or Half-Life 2 Episode 1 or 2?
Proper 2. You know, when I played, there's a bit where you, like in the silvery bit, and you have to do puzzles while jumping in water. And you get to drive vehicles in another bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of driving in.
So what's our objective here?
We've got to get to the catacombs.
Why?
Because we're on our way to where there is a... Jesus Christ, there's a mine.
Mine.
Mine what? Mine camp?
They call it a mine. A mine.
Yes, anywho.
You're
Oh, I
running
know.
out of oxygen at any point.
Yes, I will do, but I need to cut the mines loose. Because it's going to blow that up, and then I can go through it.
It's useful that all the tools you need are in the room.
Yeah, that's how these sorts of games work.
I know.
What doesn't help is that I'm swimming against the current.
Well, would you like another topic?
Yeah, go on then.
Well, it's a very special day at time of recording, isn't it?
It's not your birthday yet.
Well, I'll say very special. It's politically important, I guess.
Yes, there is a thing, isn't there? There's a election on.
Local elections.
Did you have a local election where you are? Because I know it's not everywhere.
No,
No,
no.
there's Nazis in this bit. I don't remember. I don't like that jolty noise, Ramona. We have local elections here, but for the first time, basically ever, I've intentionally not voted.
Oh, why?
Well, I didn't have an awful lot of time today, for one, but also I'm well aware of the political situation in the area, and therefore understand that my vote is the best case scenario. My vote accidentally helps a Reform candidate get in. So
You've got to stop overthinking it. You are registering your interest.
honestly, in this area, there is very little point, and I don't normally have that stance. But considering the other time constraints I had today,
Which is weird because you're a Lib Dem. Considering where you are, you got more chance of bloody Keith Chegwin getting in.
It's true.
He's dead. I think.
I don't know. Google it.
Age 19.
Googling Keith Chegwin.
Well, the salvage father's watch.
First time anybody's done that in a while.
I assume going through this pipe's going to give
Yeah, he died in 2017.
It's a while ago.
You know who I saw pop up on Facebook, a celebrity that's been dead for a while?
Who's that?
What's her face off Sherlock? She played Mrs. Hudson. Una. Something.
You know who?
Yeah, I hadn't thought about her in ages.
Most people haven't.
That's what makes me realise that the vast majority of people, even if you're famous, are going to be consigned to the sands of time sooner or later.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
Well, you won't. We've got these videos. We'll live forever.
You wish.
We'll be watching these in 5,000 years' time, wondering what those two homosexuals are talking about.
Whoa. I'm bi. Well, pan. Thank you.
Well, history distorts things, man.
Distorts your face. I need to steal a train.
The Nazis still at war.
Not really.
Who are they at war with? I mean, she just mentioned the Nazi war machine.
Well, just because you're not at war doesn't mean you don't have a war machine. You got a war machine, haven't you?
When I was a kid, I thought the Nazi war machine was an actual machine.
Well, in this case, it's lots of machines.
Like they had some very sophisticated bit of kit.
Well, in this game, they do.
Yeah, but like one big computer type thing.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah, so local elections reform are apparently going to do quite well if predictions bear out.
Yeah, like I say, I opted against it this time. I know I should. Normally, I would argue for it, but I had a lot of stuff going on today.
Mm. Mm.
And I'm a little bit salty about the fact that the bloke who was going to get me to sign some paperwork never turned up.
Yeah, I thought you were doing it.
I
to think of it.
I backed out of it.
All right.
Stuff came up and I wasn't in a good place at the time when I needed to sort the paperwork out, and it was sold to me as a smaller job than it ended up being.
Yeah, my understanding was that they just needed a patsy.
Yeah, that was my understanding, and then all of a sudden I'm needing.
They just needed a warm body.
And that was my understanding, and then next thing I know, there's all sorts of shit they want me to do as well.
Yeah.
So there's a Nazi right behind me, isn't there? Oh, is there? He's now dead. There's another one somewhere over here. Trouble is, I know that one of the big bastards jumped out of a train at some point, and that's the fight I always have trouble with.
The big robot boys.
Yeah. One of those ones, of which there were two in that room before. No, I had weaker weapons in that fight than I do here. So in theory, it should be fine. Well, that was closer than I needed it to be. Kill the dog. The trouble that I have is that in this particular fight, it's all well and good, but then sneaking in, but then they know where we are, and then there's all sorts of bastards turn up. So it's more of a, you can get to the area sneakily, no trouble, but then you've got to hold out for a little while, and that gets tricky, and you know. It's a difficult part of the game. Simple as that. It's probably harder than the ending. If my experience is anything to go by, which it probably isn't. But would you like one of my topics, or would you like to continue?
Why ever the hell not?
We had a bit of
No,
a.
I mean,
If you want to do more about the local
I think
elections, you're welcome to.
I think it's going to be bad, and Reform are going to do really well.
It's only local elections, though, isn't it? It's not like it's Parliament. Otherwise, I'd be a bit less blasé about the voting, you know? You know me, I'm normally quite... I knew it.
Okay, go on then.
Go on then, what?
You had a topic.
Well, yeah, but I was dealing with this bastard.
You dealt with him.
Yeah, you said no. Fucking hell. Yeah. So, we had a bit of news about the Luigi Mangione case.
Mamma mia!
Holy macaroni. Yeah, he pleaded not guilty,
Oh yeah, he did.
which is
So,
not overly a surprise.
I wouldn't be surprised if he testified. Maybe that's very naive, but it gives him a good soapbox, doesn't it?
Well, he'll have to testify, won't he?
Doesn't have to.
His defence will want to get him on the stand.
Well, yeah.
Because of how supposedly quite likeable he is. He's going to want to present as a sympathetic character for him to, you know.
Yeah.
I know how law works. I could legal.
Yeah.
So no, pleaded not guilty. Obviously he's going to end up going down anyway. It's dark down there. It's not. Anything could be down there. Gobagools. So yeah, apparently the trial's going to be like December, I think they said, or maybe next year or something. I don't know. Either way, it's taken fucking ages. There's all sorts of appeals going on about the quality of the legal system or something or other, because of how it's been treated up to this point, and I don't know. I've only half paid attention. I figured you'd have paid more attention because you were quite interested in it back when it happened.
Well, I know he pled not guilty.
Yeah.
But that was always a given.
Yeah, he wasn't going to say, yeah, I did it, was he?
Look, even if he doesn't win, you know, he's still going to have an opportunity to. I mean, the whole trial was going to be about the morality of the healthcare industry.
And obviously, even if he does get found guilty and they do issue a death sentence, he's not going to die in like a week, is he?
No. Oh God, no! That thing takes fucking ages.
Exactly.
You got appeals to work through and all sorts, and you know.
See, they knew we were here. Nazi bastard with some explosion stuff. Oh, now I've lost sound. At this worst possible moment, the time where I need to know where the sound's coming from.
Pew, pew, pew. Over there. That's where it's coming from.
Oh, you mean that bastard? That big bastard over there? With his face is
Yeah.
about to be on fire. I wonder what happened if I throw
Go
a
and
knife
shoot
at
him.
The knife didn't do anything.
That's frustrating.
More frustrating, but it turns out it's actually better for me to kill him with this fucking thing than it is for me to kill him with the proper fucking gun. Oh no, that's out of that
There
one.
you go.
Shotgun. I'm running out of health, and this is why I don't like this level. It doesn't help that I
Got
can't
enough, haven't
fucking
you?
hear
Got-
anything.
You got 40.
I'm charging up a weapon that does actually work on them. Just because it's going to make my life a little easier, I'm going to sort the sound out again. I'm all about making my life easier. How would you plead in that circumstance?
Not guilty.
Good lad. But you'd tell me if you did it or not, wouldn't you? You'd tell your best bud.
No, you wouldn't.
Are you telling me that I'm not your best bud?
No.
Get out. Oh, I thought I was your best bud.
Yeah.
How am I not your best bud?
Yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah.
I was going to say, because, like, there's not many other people. Fuck off.
No, there ain't.
Fuck off.
Ah,
I blew him up.
well done.
Fuck! Blew him up as well. I feel like there's someone else still out there, so just bear with. The music's still a bit crazy, you hear it?
Vaguely.
I can only vaguely hear myself, so... But the music is normally a giveaway for these sorts of things. Can you see anyone? Oh, I saw some movement over there. Oh, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And now the music's not gone crazy anymore. So there you go. It's how it goes. You got to know these things, and then you know everything when it comes to a game like this. Just want the one assault gun. I don't need that. There's probably some health somewhere, but I don't necessarily need that. Let's get on this train and go home. Because apparently we're gonna take this train somewhere.
Hey, it's like, so I've come back to another family.
You mind?
And
What?
I said, do you mind
Don't mind what?
not playing your videos?
I didn't mean to. I just opened my phone and started playing an interview from Lorraine.
I have a friendly face.
Hmm.
Du, nimm nicht so viele Kissen, sonst merken die, dass etwas nicht stimmt.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Torpedoes. All the Nazi U-boats in Europe. We will hide in the torpedo.
Ah, yes, that's what we do.
And you will wake up on a U-boat for breakfast time. We have a U-boat. We take it to set secret safekeep, yeah? Sailors, get in the way. Bang, bang, solar pop.
oh,
Air holes. Okay, career Johnny.
Yeah,
Get in the torpedo.
that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get in a torpedo, get on board a U-boat, steal it.
Communication room. Raise the... Need radio.
this is crazy, man.
It is crazy. I couldn't remember how we got the U-boat from a train, but this is how. Yeah.
The dark dreams seem to fade
But we're not gonna do that. We'll do that next time.
far out of reach. Somehow I just missed the light.
So thank you for joining us, everybody. If you did,
Yay. We're going
And,
to steal a U-boat,
yeah, we're gonna.
which
steal
was
a
sort of hoping would happen this time, but hey-ho.
Well, you know, it's just the way it is. You'll get over it.
Oh well.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.